Well, what's going on, gang? Welcome back to A Therapeutic Edge. It is very nice to have you here today. I have something on the table that I think is cool. It's not perfect, but it's very cool. This is the Heretic Pariah manual button lock. It's a lot of words. Still, it's a very cool knife. There's some things. The first one is that these are about $400, and that is a lot of money for aluminum. It just is. Of course, it is made in America, so you're paying that a made in America tax, which exists. Also, it is a big knife, so there's a lot of material in there, which is cool. I just enjoy it, so I thought I'd share it with you. You can make up your own mind whether or not it's the kind of thing you'd want to invest in or not. That's up to you. I'll put a link in the description. I think these are over at Blade HQ right now. Couple of things to discuss that are worth noting. First, it is exceptionally comfortable. It's not always the case, right? Particularly with kind of squared off aluminum like that, but they did a good job. Now, maybe that's just my hand. Yours might be different. For me, it is very comfortable. Right? The blade shape is gorgeous. This harpoon just works. Right? It's got a really nice job on the sharpen, right? There's no smile. Nope, it's clean. Right here at the base of the plunge. They left a really nice sharpening notch right there. Stonewashed, as you can see. It's just pretty. Now the button works really well. Action's very good. Makes a good noise too. It's got some sort of material set into the aluminum to give it a little bit of grip. I think it's mostly a stylistic choice because, well, you know, I mean, technically your fingers are there, right? I guess I understand. This side's a little, you know, whatever. It's got a really nice milled pocket clip with a ball bearing on it. I do like these. Otherwise it would be very, very tight, but you can't get this in and out of the pocket very well. You can see the seam down the back, right? And of course you can see right through it. That's actually really helpful. On a knife this size, it builds up stuff inside the body of the knife. You can clean it out fairly easily. It's got some jimping down here, up here for your thumb. The jimping on the blade is really wide and thick, but it still works. I personally would have liked it if they'd run the jimping forward a little more, because my thumb lands basically past the jimping. If you have smaller hands, it might not be the case, but for me, I land out here. It is a thick slice of MagnaCut, which is nice, right? And I don't know because I'm not there, but from what I have read and understand, Heretic does a good job on their heat treat, so that's nice. I don't know, I think it's cool. It's got a lanyard hole if you're into that sort of thing. I do like that sound, right? That's cool. So let's take a look at what you get. I'll light it there. You get 1, 2, 3 3/4 inches of cutting on a little bit more, but not much. So 3 3/4 inches of that MagnaCut. Grip area, right about there. You're talking about 1, 2, 3 3/4 inches. So I got a little extra space, not much, but a little extra space down at that end. From tip to tail, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and almost 9 inches. Just I know how it looks on the camera, but it is in fact a little bit shy. So 8 and 8/10. Why not? Closed length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/4. Not bad. It chews up a lot of pocket real estate because it is a big, as I keep saying, big knife. So you're talking about, there's an inch, 1.5 inches. Yeah, a little over 1.5 inches. It's not too bad. It's reasonably thick, so you're going to know it's in the pocket. Stuff like this makes me happy. Now, the one thing I did want to talk about, because it is a really thick slice, and because they chose to have this big flat, it's a relatively short drop, right? So the secondary bevel is pretty acute, it's pretty sharp. I mean, it's a sharp knife, but it's not a razor beam. It's not a razor blade, nor a laser beam. I am a professional. Watch me go. It does, however, cut in any way you'd want it to. Shape of the blade lends itself to being very pokey, if you're into that sort of thing. I don't know, I dig it. Let's do some size comparisons with knives you may be a little more familiar with. Let's see, there it is. There is a pyrite from CJRB, as you can see. The Pariah is, of course, considerably larger. What else do we have? Here's a Deca. Popular knife. Lots of people have those. I have somewhere. There it is. There's a full-size Griptilian. Look, it's a big knife. Very cool knife, but it's a big knife. I've had a number of Heretics over the years. A couple of their autos, some of their manuals. You pay for the privilege, but they'll hold up, which is nice. Let's get out the magic calipers. I said it was a thick slice of that. What are we looking at? Oh, let's make sure that's 0. It is. So we're talking about 5 millimeters of that MagnaCut, which is, you know, just shy of a 1/4 inch, right? It's a big, thick blade, and I dig it, man. The knife through it, its thickest spot, which is up here, is a little over 1/2 inch. Right? 15.7 millimeters. And that sound is really good. Yeah, 5.6 ounces. That is mostly blade. The aluminum is not that heavy. That is I love stuff like this. I just do, right? I mean, again, and you've heard me say this before, this is a knife. It is the simplest of all knife designs. There's a reason people keep saying other people are copying it, which I think is ridiculous, by the way. If you were to ask a 10-year-old to draw a pocket knife, that's what he's going to draw, right? Very simple, basic design. It's very light, easy in the pocket. This is something else. And yet, it's very cool. I love stuff like this. I do. I've got another one around here somewhere. Where is it? Hang on. There it is. I have a Wraith as well. This is even more expensive. I like Heretic's design aesthetic. I like the tools that they make. But you got to kind of commit to it. This is not that far off in price from stuff like Strider. It's right up there with Chris Reeve. It's a next step in knife purchasing. And so you kind of got to want that. And you'll hear people say stuff like, well, you know, it's tough, it'll last you a lifetime, whatever. It's expensive because of the name, because of where it's made. I'll give you an example. This, which I think I have not reviewed yet, but I will. This is the Concept Knives Bison. This is a Ray Laconico design. This is a couple of $100 less. So, I know, I can hear you out there. Oh, it's made in China. Yes, it is. But my point is that know what you're paying for. You are paying for the design. You are paying for the location of manufacture. You are paying, in this case, for what has to be a very expensive slice of MagnaCut steel. And beyond that, you're paying kind of a tax because of all those things together. I'm okay with that. I'm a knife collector. I carry a pocket knife every day. But if you're uncomfortable with things that cost this much money, then don't do it. Right? Get yourself something like this. You know, 160, 150, 130, 100 and something bucks, right? Get yourself, where'd it go? When you want to spend a couple of $100 on a really nice, easily pocketable knife, get yourself the titanium and S90V pyrite. This is $200. It's $200 less than this. Anyway, Buy the knife that makes you happy with your purchase. Buy the knife that you are comfortable carrying, because if you're not comfortable putting it in your pocket for whatever reason, what's the point, right? Anyway, the Heretic Pariah manual button lock is one hell of a pocket knife. I think it's cool, and I hope you've enjoyed this look at it. I know I've enjoyed having it. If you have any questions about this or any of my knives, feel free to ask down in the comments below. Otherwise, remember, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. We'll see you next time.